Hello, it's me, Nikki, or Beach with My Babies. I'm so sorry it's been 4 weeks since my last mini video, and a lot's happened in the 4 weeks. First of all, we'll start with stats. Obviously, I just got out of the shower. It's the only time I have to make my movie, so forgive me. I'm pretty fresh-faced right now. Stats, 4 weeks ago, during my week 8 video, this is week 12, so week 8, I weighed in at 184, and this week I'm weighing in at 182. So that's 2 pounds of weight loss over the past 4 weeks. Slowed down, definitely. Probably no more like average, normal, like what probably you would expect if you hadn't had surgery weight loss. And there's good reason, I think, for those things. I'm struggling with a couple of things, and I'm going to dedicate it to that, which is celebrations and drinking and overeating. So obviously June went by, a lot of really fun events for me. We had weddings, and also my high school had its graduation, so a bunch of the teachers and I, we went out, you know, and we're like, yeah, it was summer. And we enjoyed, you know, sangria, like a lot of sugary things. So I had 3 weekends straight in a row where I was eating a lot. During the weeks, my daily intake was probably around 800 calories, 900 calories. During the weekends, because of the liquid calories of wine and or sangria, that was really the only mixed drink I was drinking was sangria, and then a lot of wine. A lot of carbs and a lot of sugar in wine, and obviously sangria with the juices. Found out that also all of my diarrhea that I was having during that time was dumping syndrome. And after I had my my 2-month visit, which I'll talk about, we discovered that I was getting in too much sugar, and that's why I just thought it was like, well, I had stomach surgery, that's why my stomach's upset. No, it was definitely all the extra sugar and the carbs. So I'll talk about that in a second. But I would be averaging like 1,600 calories on like Friday night and Saturday night, and then some like Sunday, right? So really like double the calories on the weekends. A lot of that came from alcohol, drinking my calories, okay, which is really easy to do when you have a sleeve, probably and or a bypass, I would imagine, because the liquid kind of just goes through you, and it's empty calories, and it's all carbs, and you know, and like 1 ounce of tequila, or 1 ounce, because I was making margaritas too, but sugar-free margaritas, I have a good hint on that. 1 ounce of tequila, 1 ounce of wine, things like that. It's like 100 calories for an ounce. So if you're drinking a lot, which I have a couple glasses of wine when I'm out, or I was having like 1 or 2 glasses of sangria, really bad. That was like 300-400 calories a glass, you know what I'm saying? So not so good. Wine maybe not that high, but anyway. You drink, right? You get a little bit more relaxed, you feel a little bit more confident, and you eat. And because your body's a little bit numbed, you tend to graze and eat a lot more than you normally would because you're not monitoring yourself. And I got in a lot of trouble with that this last month. My eating capacity is definitely larger than it was before June. And now I'm having a hard time of scaling it back. I'm not, okay, so I went to my 4-week appointment, or my 2-month appointment, I should say, and basically my doctors were looking at my nutrients, and they really thought that my nutrients as a whole, I was getting a good balance of protein, carbs, veggies, things like that. However, they were really concerned about the alcohol, to the point where they actually, the nutritionist came in, spent about an hour with me talking about nutrition and food, and I come to find out she was really concerned about the alcohol. They, at UC Davis, they do not encourage any drinking until 6 months post-op, and then after the 6-month period, they only want you to have 1 drink a month. That's totally, you know, logical, but for me, they were really concerned why I was drinking so much. And for me, it's just, you know, I'm at the age where you socially drink, and they were treating me in the doctor's office like I was an alcoholic. Like, they were like, why can't you not drink? Why must you have alcohol when you're at social situations? And one, that started to kind of piss me off because I didn't like what they were implying. But 2, it really did get me thinking, like, why do I need to have alcohol at a big social function? And I think a lot of it has to do with emotional eating, and I never really thought about it that way before. So that's something that I kind of discovered that is definitely going to be one of my challenges that I'm probably going to be working on for the rest of you know, my life, is this idea that kind of being in large social situations where there's an expectation of my behavior makes me anxious. Alcohol helps like relax that anxiety. And it feels really weird for me to be in a social situation like a barbecue or a party or a wedding and not have a glass of wine in my hand. So those are things that I need to kind of look inside and whatever. So I gave up drinking on those weeks. I gave up for like 8 days, and then we went on vacation, and I did have 1 glass of wine when we were in Bodega Bay. So, which then made me wonder, like, why am I having it? But I don't know. So, anyway. So, because of all these things, I've been noticing that I've been hungrier every day, and my caloric intake on average in any given day has been higher. I've been eating more like 1,000 to 1,200 calories a day, which is higher than my 800 to 900 calories by a little bit, but at the same time, you know, if you think about it, I'm eating 1/3 more calories or 1/4 more calories a day than I was a couple weeks ago. So, dang you, alcohol. And I think I got carbs and sugar back in my system, so my cravings have been a little bit more. Anyway, there's a couple ways that I'm going to be tackling this, and I'll let you know next week. I promise I'll make a video next week how this goes. How I'm going to do this is I've decided I haven't been timing myself on my food. I'm going to eat at certain set times in the day. So I decided I'm going to eat every 3 hours, trying to keep meals at the 7 a.m., 1 p.m., and then I think at like a 7 p.m. mark, trying to keep my caloric intake on those meals to about 200 to 300 calories for the meal, really protein rich. And then I'm going to try to have snacks at the 10 a.m. and like 3 p.m. time and make those protein shakes. Fortunately, after my flu, drinking a protein shake does make my stomach a little bit angry. So I'm having a hard time with that. I think that's part of the issue too. So I'm going to figure it out. But that's my goal, is a 100 calorie snack, protein snack, during the 10 and 3, and then with my meals, trying to get some fruits and some veggies, maybe a little bit of grain in the afternoon, and to get some well-balanced meals there, but keeping it with the, you know, the 200 to 300 calorie range. I'm going to try that for a week and see how it goes. That's going to be my phase 1. If I don't see an improvement in my my weight loss or my cravings, my hunger, then I may try a couple days of just trying protein shakes for a day or 2 to try to cleanse out my system of all these carbs, and see if I can get my sugar cravings under control. So that's my plan for this week. I also I found out there's a meeting. I'm going to go start going to a support group meeting through UC Davis for people who had surgery, and then also a meetup. There's a meetup here in Northern California. I'm going to try to go with that, see if the support can help. I'm also trying to find a therapist that specializes in eating issues. So we'll see how it goes. But right now I'm struggling a little bit and frustrated, and you're going to see my daughter in a second. So anyway, I better go because she's about to mess with the camera. Yeah, I see you. And anyway, I'll see you later. Oh, bye.